Well, that's one of the sort of fundamental problems of the way our cities are run. They're run by these city councils. As you say, the city belongs to everyone, even in the outer suburbs, but they don't get a say on these bike lanes, do they?
Well, if they get a say, then, I don't think anybody listens. I don't think anybody pays attention. You get the same outcome anyway. In my local government area, they've closed off a major arterial road for a pop-up park that nobody wanted, nobody asked for. They invited community consultations. My wife wrote the scathing letter of a lifetime. It did me very, very proud. I must say my influence seems to have rubbed off on her in the short 10 months we've been married. But lo and behold, of course, the pop-up park was approved, and now people who need to get through this street obviously can't get there for a bit of AstroTurf and some park benches or something. That's the way local council goes. I don't think it's even the elected council members who are making these decisions. Is the overpaid council bureaucrats with nothing better to do but to think about ways to inconvenience people. It's
the same problem that exists at all levels of government. We are not run by elected officials. We're run by bureaucrats, aren't we?
That's right. It's what I call the stakeholderocracy. You've got politicians who don't listen to the people. They listen to the people with the lanyards on, the people who go to Parliament House to ask for all manner of favours and tax breaks and subsidies. Generally, as I've often said in relation to the federal election when we discussed it, there's one political party in Australia. It's called the Canberra Party. It doesn't seem to matter whether it's the red team or the blue team in the seat of power. We seem to get the same results anyway.
Well, just getting back to the CBD, the government seems very keen to open a second drug injection room in the city. These drugs... Now, this is the interesting thing, Gideon. These drugs are illegal, yet the government is encouraging their injection. Ironically, this is the same government whose police force shot unarmed protesters on the streets with rubber bullets for the crime of peacefully protesting. It's a bit inconsistent, isn't it?
Look, what gets me about these injecting centres is they will build a government-run facility for you to go and shoot up, yet if you light up a cigarette in there, they'll throw the book at you. So that's the first inconsistency. Look, I'm not a tough on drugs guy, Fred. I'm a libertarian. I think we should look at things like, for example, the Portugal model, where they decriminalised everything and diverted people to treatment. I don't like injecting rooms, however. I think they're a half-pregnant solution at best. Proponents say they save a few lives. Maybe they do and maybe they don't. We can't discount that. But fundamentally, the biggest problem with them is where do you put them? They're inherently unfair on anybody who happens to live next to them because nobody wants a smack house next door to them. That is the fundamental fact. People in Richmond have been tearing their hair out at the facility there for years. As I said, Victoria is on its, the Melbourne CBD is on its knees right now. Nobody is coming back. The businesses are shut forever. The last thing it needs is a carpet of syringes all along Flinders Street. But that's what we're heading to with these tone-deaf politicians in charge.
Or an influx of junkies instead of tourists.
Well, that's right. Look, they say, we need to bring people back to the CBD. I don't think those are the kind of people we need back here. But look, who knows? I don't know what's on the Mayor of Melbourne's mind right now and what's on the state government's mind.
Well,
maybe that is the kind of people.
Well, maybe they vote Labor. Who knows?